in. Welcome in, folks. Live crowd applauding the players into Tepui, and it's going to be Georgians for Leary. So you're correct there.
Oh, wow, he goes for the instant barracks.
Japanese. Instant barracks for Leary.
Wow, that's very aggressive build by him. And Tado now is just going to build the house in front of the berries. Normally on this map, you want to build your buildings across the front of the woodlines to keep all your resources tight in the base. But Leary's making the barracks at the back just so Tato doesn't see it, which is very good by him.
Yeah, insta-drush isn't something that we have seen from Leary in the past. So
yeah.
He's really switching up his strats. Do you think Leary was expecting something like the Kimura or maybe like the Celts here? Is he surprised by the Japanese pick, a more meta pick from Tato?
Maybe not, because this map is a very aggressive. A lot of people like to play Manatams in this map, and I guess Japanese has got the best Manatams.
Yeah.
And in Leary's mind, okay, I'm just going to go insta-drush, and if I go insta-drush, maybe it delays the Manatams for Tato, and then he can get his range up faster.
Okay. So Tato, from your perspective, what is he aiming for? Is he just going for men-at-arms?
Yeah, personally, in my opinion, I think Tato just wants to not die to this drush. I think he's already scouted it. I'm not actually sure if he saw the barracks or not. But Tato just wants to survive, wall in his resource, and then get to Manatams, and then attack Leary.
All right, so wall's already somewhat coming down from Leary. He's going to go for the house walls, and he's going to protect his wood line on that side. Tato looping around with the scout. He sees the base from Leary. We have 2 more militia coming in.
I don't think he saw the barracks, actually. I think he's scouting it now. I think that might be a little bit too late. Yeah, I think Tato's pulling his scout back now. Yeah, he's rolling his resources.
Barracks, and then he sees the position of the scout.
Very nice direction from Tato.
So he knows that the militia are coming in from that side. Leary, unfortunately, shows up on the left side of Tato's base. There's not a lot of value here for Leary, so he's going to have to go all the way around. But, I mean, as long as the militia are, you know, threatening Tato, you're kind of holding that map control, right?
Yeah.
That's what the drush is for. It's not for actually killing villagers. It's just kind of for keeping the motivation going.
Yeah. And then also, like, the thing is, right now with Leary is he's got the map control. So right now he knows exactly what Tato is doing.
All right.
Now Loom coming in for Leary.
Got Loom coming in. Leary thinking about going up. Tato just clicks up now.
Now Tato, yeah, clicks up now. Has he got the barracks? Has Tato got the barracks up? No, he's gone for the barracks now, yeah. So we should see militia from Tato. And the one small thing is Leary sending those 2 militia forward means Tato cannot go for the foxes. So now Tato has a long distance to gold, which is really far away in this map. So maybe Leary wanted to kill the foxes or deny the foxes from Tato to slow down his Manatam rush.
Yeah, that's another purpose for the militia, right? Really, really solid stuff here from Leary as Tato pushes forward. And it looks like Tato will be perfectly safe. He's sending a villager out here. He's looking for more foxes. He's looking for that extra value. Leary has missed him. And Leary's still just patrolling on that side. I think he really wanted to stop the villagers coming out for the foxes, but he hasn't been able to do it.
Exactly. Because right now, Tato's got the militia out, but Tato does not want to fight until Manatams comes in. Like right now, Tato wants to keep the militia and the vills together and not take a fight with his militia, because if he waits, gets Manatams, he gets the attack bonus from Feudal Age, and he gets the upgrade.
Once again, Tato going forward with villagers. 3 games in a row, their previous set on the play all 3. Tato trushed him every single game. And it's just going to be a repeat of that. It's Japanese this time as Tato loops around on the left side. The good thing about the mule card is if you get trust, you can always go to another wood line. The bad thing about this map is that there's not that many wood lines to choose from, right?
One thing I've realized is Leary's kind of got 2 wood lines together, right? So these 2 wood lines are supposed to spawn separate, but they spawn together. And also, this next wood line is on the right.
Yep.
And that's it, right? And if Tato controls the left side of the map, he can kind of keep Leary pinched in.
And now Leary loses both of his militia. And Tato kind of baits out the starting tower from Leary. Good job from Leary to not overcommit to that tower.
Yeah.
He's going for another one a little bit closer to Tato's. I'd love to see Tato wall this up at some point because Leary will send the villagers out there as soon as Tato's gone.
Yeah, he can just delete the palisade and fight below his tower, which is really good. But Tato starts to wall it in, which is a good read on the situation.
Really good value on the mill, too. Because the villagers can't get there to repair, and Tato's just going to be working away with Japanese men-at-arms. Like, Leary's going to have his whole wood line idled. He's going to have these guys moving away, the villagers coming in to garrison in the tower, and that villager with only one villager repairing, can't really hold the mill against Japanese men-at-arms. Arson also on the way from Tato as the first archer comes out from Leary. Really aggressive stuff here for Tato. He's holding the map position. Leary just trying to defend. He's doing a good job so far, but you can see from the res collected that Tato is just now starting to scale ahead. And Tato also has that villager on the edge of the map, still grabbing the foxes. Leary, though, snuck out with the mule cart. He's grabbing some of the hunt on that side. Now Tato walled in front of that. Leary still pushes around with the villagers and walls his villagers in, and Tato needs to leave. Excellent job from Leary.
That was very well played. But the one thing that we see is Tato's on stone, which means the second his tower goes down, he can reposition the tower to maybe the right side of the woodland on the left side to still deny the wood that's out of range of Leary's tower.
Leary now ejecting the villagers, finally back to work. Lots more idle time here for Leary. Tato still running away from those archers. Leary probably needs to make sure he doesn't push those men-at-arms into the villagers, but right now Tato's just running away as Leary finds time to get the wood upgrade. Tato, though, snuck away from the archers, and guess where that's going to bring him? Leary goes to the wood line, but Tato finds the hunt on the right side. He finds those exposed villagers, and Leary needs to come back.
Yeah,
villagers on the run now.
And now Tato's in such a good position because you're on mana tams, which haven't died yet. You still have all the HP on them. As I speak, they die. But then Tato has the counter unit. And now Tato can just play skirms and then defend and then go faster to the next stage.
I feel like if you just have skirms here from Tato, you push the archers away. You don't even like need to attack the villagers. You can go after the mule cart with the men-at-arms because you're not going to catch the villagers.
Yeah, exactly. Like the mana tams, you don't want to throw them away versus vills because they're always going to find value somehow in the game.
Yep. And Tato actually adding more, and I don't hate it, honestly.
I think it's really
He's
good.
got the skirms, right? Right now, Leary only has archers. He's going to have skirms behind, but like the men-at-arms find value against the buildings, the mule cart, the villagers, the skirmishers that Leary's making. It's a wonderful start in this set from Tato as Leary went for the super fast rush, and honestly, I don't think it got that much value.
I agree. And also right now, Tato's just taking the map res with the mills, you know, the cheaper mills from Japanese. And also, I think he's taking a lot of the foxes as well, which is why he was able to build mana tams that are actually mining the gold.
But saying that, even after all this idle time, right, even Tato being up 2 villagers, we look at the res collected, it's a head for Leary. That's just what we were talking about with how clean his economy is.
Really efficient.
The efficiency, the lack of idle time for him, it's just always there. And he already has some farms set up, even if he gets pushed off the berries. So Leary sitting in a pretty decent position now that he's got a number of skirms to protect himself. Tato might feel the need to come forward for another tower at some point.
Yeah, no double bit axe is really hurting Tato a lot.
Oh, true.
But then again, he has got his vills on the hunt on the map, so his food income will fly very soon. Because the animals...
18 on wood, though. No double bit axes.
That's really rough.
Really, really brutal for him.
I like the aggression from Tato. He's not like overdoing it by adding like 5, 6, 7. He's just, you know, got 3 mana times, hitting the buildings, annoying the vills, trying to force as much idle time as possible. And it's looking good for Tato.
I love the fact that he went for the tower rush with the 3 villagers, figured out that wasn't going to work, and then sent them back to his economy, right? So many times you see those villagers just doing nothing. But like you said, he's not all in here as the res collected is still so even. The KD only 8 to 7. It's a good start for both players. I think Tato would be happy to be in this position if you had told him before this game.
Completely agree.
That he was being the aggressor, the res collected was even. He's ahead by 3 villagers or 2.5 villagers or whatever it is at the moment. Quite a bit of idle TC time from Leary.
Yeah, another thing is the resources for Tato. Like, he's saving so much res on the mills and the mining camps and the lumber camps, right? So that doesn't actually show in the res collected. So in theory, Tato is ahead in terms of res saved. But look at the KD. Actually in favor of Tato.
Yeah, 9-7. And Leary is spending so much time just repairing, building walls behind it.
Exactly.
Fletching finally coming in for Tato. We'd love to see double bit X. He's getting the armor for his men-at-arms. That's a big investment at this point.
I think we're going to see Tato follow it up with more towers soon, because he actually has got 300 stone in the bank.
Could you justify making one on either side at the same time?
Yeah, I was about to say that, because right now, Leary is, in theory, playing the greedy approach. He's only making skirmishes versus the mana times and Tato skirmishes. So right now, if Tato goes like 5, 6 mana times, armor, gets the 2 woodlines on the 2 towers on the woodlines, then it could put him in a really good spot. And then Leary has to move to the left side of the map where Tato already is.
Tato's in. Leary can't take the berries anymore. Tato just finds value against another house. He's going to pick away with the skirmishers over on this side. And we have more skirmishers coming forward. No villagers yet, though. We were expecting the towers. Not going to see them. There is also the possibility of Tato maybe adding a market at some point and then selling that stone and using it to get a good uptime. But speaking of uptimes, I mean, look at Leary's resources. It feels like it's always this way. Even when he's under so much pressure, he's making skirmishers, he gets kicked off his food source, he still has really good resources to think about Castle Age.
I was about to say, how does he have this resource? He just somehow always has...
A million farms.
Exactly. Look at the resources from Tato, also looking very good. And Tato is actually going for the forward tower now, on the gold and then on the wood. This is such a good tower. You claim one wood line and 2 of Leary's forward golds.
And kind of you pick away at the stone too. Like
exactly.
Stone, wood line, deny this gold, you deny the gold to the right, and you deny access to the middle of the map. Tato not satisfied with that first tower position though. He's going to push in. Leary's got a defensive tower there, so Tato needs to back up a little bit. And Leary will continue building this tower. He actually, I think, bought the stone.
Yeah, because I think Leary actually made a tower on the left. So he's got right now 3 towers. Yeah, so he's actually trying to guarantee his resources. Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe it's looking like a Manaspa play for Leary. He is up faster, but resources collected for Tato is looking really good for him.
I mean, he's spending so much stone on these towers.
Market now for Tato.
It's really, really tough, I think, for him to get into a castle.
Yeah, and normally when you're the feudal age player, you always want to have the map control. If your opponent's faster castle age and then they have the map control, you're in a really bad spot. But right now, Tato's claiming the map, he's making towers, he's buying himself time so that when he gets the castle age, he can counter wherever Leary's making. And also the Japanese, really good CA.
Again, Leary finds an opportunity when the military leaves to go take out that tower. Tato will find some villagers, could have found more here.
Oh,
the men-at-arms are on stand ground. He was in the market. He was in the market buying the resources he needed to get to the castle age. He's also going for another tower over here. 1 villager is not bad, but he potentially could have had 3 there.
He also lost 2 men at times, which he didn't really need to as well. But that's also a really good tower for Tato.
Please wall that tower, Tato.
No, you don't need to wall this one because this is like it's like a chain tower, right? So he makes the next one in range of the first tower.
You still need to wall it.
It's not mandatory. You have the stronger army. If you have the stronger army, you don't normally need to wall it, but...
You have the stronger army for now.
For now. So maybe you should wall it later.
I think the key is against Leary, you don't make anything easy. Right?
That's true.
You don't take any shortcuts. Even just a palisade wall there is huge.
And
another
also,
tower going up here for Tato, but another defensive tower for Leary. He is denying him off the stone though, so that Manaspa play pretty much impossible.
And also he's forcing Leary to make towers, which means he cannot make the castle, and he's taking him off stone.
Exactly.
So right now, Leary's going for bloodlines. He's also got armor upgrade on the knight. Okay, he's going to go for knights, and Tato's going forging. What's Tato going to go for?
Tato will go for knights himself, potentially?
Yeah, he goes for the stable now. Okay, still no bloodlines for him.
Stable coming in from Tato. Leary's saving weak villagers. Another thing he's fantastic at. He's going to keep those alive for later. The knight now pushes out, and Tato needs to run back a little bit. He's still got a lot of villagers in this area, so Tato either needs to evacuate or get some military here ASAP to protect against the knights.
Yeah, this is a really good fight for Leary. 1 skirm goes down for him, and Tato loses everything.
Men-at-arms even coming in. The villagers are on the run. Fortified church is up there for Leary, and
look
he's
at the
cleared
army
up
counts.
all of the skirmishers, and suddenly the KD 25-14. Tato, though, still in a pretty good position. He's got a 5-villager lead or 4-villager lead at the moment. Lots of idle TC time from Leary as Tato will lose his first villager of the game. Res collected, still ahead for Tato. I just think if we're playing Knight-Monk composition, Georgians are on average going to be much better than the Japanese.
Yeah, because they have the healing cavalry units, right? And also the churches. This is really bad for Tato.
Yeah, really, really bad. The Knight makes things awkward. You can kind of deal with the skirmishers here.
Yeah.
The Knight is just such a powerful unit if you only have villagers. A Knight coming over for Tato. He's already lost 3 villagers on this fight. He's desperately trying to get that tower up, but a second Knight is coming in for Leary, and Leary is just picking away at the villager HP with the skirmishers and the knights, and that's a very costly tower for Tato. And more importantly, he loses this position, his stone and his gold on the front side of his base.
And Leary's always pulling back the low HP knights. Like, for example, this knight here is low HP. I guarantee Leary pulls it away, goes to the fortified church, and heals it up.
Or
he's so good at doing that.
He could just run around with it.
He could just run around with it, yeah.
It's slowly going to heal up over time. Perfect for a player like Leary who's saving all of his important units and trying to keep them alive. Just because we mentioned it, the knight is going to die at low HP. It's Caster Curse, welcome.
Thank you. Still no Binax for Tato though.
Yeah.
Like 0 upgrades,
Yeah.
eco upgrades for Tato. That's really rough.
So in this situation, I mean, Tato, it feels like he can't really defend on this map just because there's a lack of wood and a lack of resources and everything. Feels like the only good defense here for Tato is to somehow counterattack Leary.
Yeah, I think you have to do something, because right now you're kind of just getting pushed. And right now, if like Leary keeps this up, he can make a fortified church on this little mini hill, and then that is just the game secured, unless Tato has stone for castle, which he does not.
I'm wondering what Tato decides to do here. I mean, we're looking at his stone. It's not there, like you said. His food eco is okay. He still doesn't even have double bit axe, right? He's got knights, but they're worse knights, and he's got some monks, but they're worse monks again. So it's just really, really tough situation after such a good start from him. Leary trying to body block the light cap. He does kill it. Tato gets a conversion here, and he body blocks that knight, but he loses the monk in the process. Unfortunate situation here for Tato.
And look at the res collected. A few moments ago, it was 400 ahead for Tato.
Yep.
Now it's 500 ahead for Leary. So that's like 1,000 res swing in the last 2 minutes, which is huge. And also, I like how Leary's not adding TCs. Like, he knows he has a lead, he has the army lead, he has monks. If he just keeps adding units, he will always be ahead on units against Tato.
Yeah, what would be the point of adding TCs on a map like this for him in this situation?
Exactly.
It doesn't really benefit you, right? It just takes away resources that you need to put into military. And that's a forward siege workshop from Leary, as Tato still has light cap trying to snipe these monks. Tato now going for Sanctity. Leary has Sanctity on the way, and he's already started grabbing the relics. That's the 3rd relic for Leary. Damn,
Tato
he
snipes the
just
monk there
really
as well.
turned it on as soon as it got to Castle Age.
Right now, like, the game's actually evening up a bit. Like, army count is very similar, villager count is somewhat similar, but no eco upgrades for Tato is really hurting him at the moment.
Yeah,
right now, Leary converts a Lycav, wow.
Missing that 20% on efficiency on the wood lines for the entirety of the game, basically. Like, the last 15 minutes is just insane.
I think a fortified church forward for Leary would be really nice, because you can garrison the monks inside and have the Lycav swoop in. Because at the moment, Tato has to, like, babysit his monks with his knights. But if you make the fortified church forward, you can garrison your monks, keep them safe, and then raid with the knights.
First Mangonel out for Leary. Remember Tato's wood lines. 2 of them are forward here. The Mangonel can range them from the other side. Tato's trying to get some conversions. Leary's just diving in.
Wow.
I guess he believes he can convert 2 knights if Tato converts 3.
All the units are on Sangron for Tato.
Tato looks like he's got a good entry to that fight, but Leary is clearing it up at the end of the day. Some good damage coming in from the Mangonel. Tato trying to get some more conversions. This looks very, very good for Leary, as we have the Knights from Tato just healing up behind this.
Yeah, it's still looking really good for Leary. Right now he's making a Ram. I think a Ram is a good decision because the Mangonel can get sniped by a Lycav. The Ram is a bit more tanky, so you can just take out the buildings, keep the army behind.
Well, the Ram also like baits a really bad engagement.
Exactly.
Tato, if he doesn't have a siege workshop himself. He wants to fight those Knights head-to-head, Leary. He wants to fight the monks, right? He wants to get the conversions, and the Ram is going to force that to happen.
And look at Leary going for the CA transition behind this. I think that's a really good call.
I think it's like CA and castle drop. I think Tato is just going to get smacked in the face by this next push from Leary. I mean, we've got 8 on stone right now, 300 stone in the bank for Leary. He's got double monastery production, or double fortified church production, rather. And from Tato, it's just the double monastery. That's it.
I really like the CA play, because right now, you see how well Tato's taking care of his monks, right? Like, every single time Leary runs in with Lycav, the Knights just dive the Lycav, and the other monks heal the monk that's being targeted. So right now, Leary's actually killing no monks, and he's losing his Lycav. So making CA is a really good unit to snipe these monks. And right now, this should be a really good fight for Leary, by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Takes the high ground with George, and actually backs up.
I mean, he's backing up because he doesn't want a full reset on the units. I think he wants to retain some sort of military to support his siege. And that's a better fight for Leary, as Tato just trying to get the conversions. Leary's coming in with a light cab, trying to snipe the monk, and he does. Another monk going for a conversion by Tato. He does get it, but
GG
Tato taps out. It's just too much pressure by Leary. Fantastic play from Leary there. After all of that pressure coming in early from Tato, I really like the strategy from Tato. I really like how condensed he played. Game number 2, though, Tato playing as the Persians. He's going to try and get a win. Leary playing as the Portuguese. And we have Amazonia as the map. Now, Amazonia generally going late. Most players will choose to contest the water quite a bit, maybe 2, 3 docks. I did talk to Tato when the LAN event first began, and he said he really believes in adding a tower behind his docks. If he feels like the other guy is really going to overproduce Navy.
We also saw Winchester do that yesterday versus ACCM in the Play All 3 stage. And also, like, normally with Persians, your dock goes up way, way faster than your opponents because of the extra 50 wood. But look at Leary's dock. It's going up at similar timing as Tado's, which means the fishing ship should come out. You know, pretty similar timing.
Yeah, he's going to be about half a fishing ship behind, which isn't the worst thing ever. Also, Portuguese, one bonus that they have for the Navy, I mean, Persians have the extra HP, so it's super, super difficult to take out their docks. Tato could have like 10 ships inside of it, and Leary's trying to kill it. It could be brutal, but Portuguese have the extra HP for the ships, and they also have a gold discount as well, so it can be really, really good synergy for the water play.
Yeah, so Tado's save is a bit more reliant to camp. Like, he can make the tower, hit the docks, double HP. It's very hard to take it out. And right now, Leary's looking for the bot.
What happened here?
Ooh. Oh, he was down a villager. I didn't see this.
Oh, Tato came in. Tato blocking the villager, and you can't quick wall on the bridge. There's no ability to quick wall there, so Tato denies that. We didn't see that. Shout out to Vodka for having that on the second screen and noticing that. -1 villager there for Leary. That is about the best start that you can actually have for Tato.
Yeah, and it's not also just the dead vill, right? It's the balls coming in later, which means your uptime will be slower because you don't have the food. And look how many capybaras Tato's bringing in.
Oh, so many.
17.
So many capybaras. 17 capybaras.
Look at them all crossing the bridge.
There's 3 behind there for Leary. Like, there's nothing for Leary.
This is looking amazing for Tato. This is like perfect start. Look at the resources. You're 300 res ahead, and that's not including the starting resources.
Yeah. And look at the food count for Leary. I mean, Tato's already up to feudal age. Leary has 77 food in the bank with 1 villager in the queue.
If you're Leary in this situation, do you adapt and go FC? No, he's getting Loom, which looks like a somewhat fast feudal, but Tato's just getting there so much faster.
Yeah. I think Leary knows his early build is kind of cooked. He's going to play defensive on water and try and sneak out some better fights, right, as he does. Feudal Age coming in now for Leary. There's still only 4 fishing ships for him. He's adding a 5th one now. Tato should probably go for a 2nd dock. I don't know if 3rd dock is necessary. You know you're already far in front, right?
Well, like, the 3rd dock's good if Leary's on 2 docks, because the thing is, if you have 1 dock, if you have 2 docks and your opponent has 1, that's good for you, right? Because you will win water, you both invested, and then if you win water whilst your opponent's investing, they're delayed to castle age.
Yeah.
But the only reason why you wouldn't go 3 docks if Leary's staying 1 is because you're investing too much. Like, you can win the water with 2 docks, right? Especially with the production time from Persians.
I think you just have such a timing advantage here. You can you start with 2, and then you figure out what
you kind of just adapt to what he's doing,
Also, like, we've been seeing it. Tato bringing the scout over to the other side faster than Leary. Leary was pushing in the ostrich into his TC, so Tato has an outrageous amount of capybara. And he doesn't want to bring them across the bridge because he saw the scout there from Leary. He gets to the feudal age, and that's such a huge timing advantage for him. He's going to kill the scout from Leary before Leary ever gets there.
And now we see Leary shaking his head, and everything just snowballs, right? The mistakes snowball. You miss the ball, your uptime's slower, you have less on water, less navy, and you're up later, which means your scout hasn't got the bonus for the feudal age yet.
Yeah, more capybaras coming home from Tato. We got the Hulks coming across from Tato, and he's going to get to the docks from Leary before a single ship is produced. He might be able to snipe a fishing ship here. Might be able to block this. Let's see. Nope.
Oh, this is really bad for Leary. He hasn't got a mining camp. All of his vills are taking the oysters. But if Tato has the map control, Leary cannot take gold and therefore cannot make navy.
Yeah, and if Leary takes gold on the side, the scout is still alive for Tato, so he might be able to see exactly where Leary is. It's 2 Hulk beginning, followed by 2 fire galleys from Tato, and then 2 more Hulks behind that. I actually like that opening a lot.
Yeah, I think, honestly, the best opening is normally 2 Hulks into 2 galleys and then 2 fires. Because then it's really rock, paper, scissors these days, where like in the past, it was only fire ships and demos on these small lakes, and maybe galleys every now and again, but now it's a lot more adapting and reacting.
Leary not adding in any galleys yet. Tato not adding in any galleys. It's good defense from Leary. Remember, his ships have more HP than Tato's. So Tato's docks are really tough to kill, but Leary's ships will be tougher to kill. And Leary is really good at winning those fights when he's in a position that's behind his opponent. He's already lost the villager, he's already lost the scout, he has less hurtables available. But these are the type of games that Leary somehow snowballs to victory.
Exactly. And also one thing I like about Leary, he added 2 more fishing ships than Tato. So right now, the population is kind of even, when in theory Tato should be ahead. And also Tato goes for the 2 galleys now.
He believed in his superior navy, right? And his defense. So he added in those 2 fish to make up for the fact that he lost the villager previously.
And is that Tato on the left side getting more capybaras?
What is Leary being attacked by? He's got a unit that's being attacked by something. It's some wildlife. Ah.
Oh, no.
Ah. Remember, you can't wall on the bridge, but a Hulk comes out.
And Tato's... Oh, no.
It's going to help his friend, and
so
now Leary is going to go for a barracks over here, but Tato is here with the scout. He was waiting, and he snipes the villager. Nothing is going right here economically for Leary this game.
As we see Leary laughing in the little corner cam, yeah, he's just... Would you say he's tilted?
I
would be tilted.
I think you get tilted on the first lure. On that one, you're just like, well played, whatever. Yeah. That's so lucky for Tato, though. Like, I don't think he knew that villager was being attacked by a crocodile.
But then again, we can also say Tato scouts in the position to find something, right?
Make your own luck.
Exactly.
Barracks going up for Leary. Tato will spot that. Excellent scouting from him. That's how he got all the capybara. That's how he sees what Leary's going for over there. He's added in 2 galleys. 2 galleys isn't really enough to make a difference here if Leary finds a really good engagement with his Hulks. Right now, Leary seems content to just kind of hold this middle position and go up to Castle Age. But Tato has a lot more food available to him, and I think he's going to have a lot more comfortable Castle Age timing here than Leary.
Yeah, and those 2 galleys he added, it's just to snipe the low HP Hulk. So right now, they're not going to kill a lot, but whenever Leary has a low HP Hulk at the back, just doing damage, and Tato loses the fish.
Nice find from Leary. 2 fishing ships going down. Tato paying attention on the other side, not paying attention over there. Leary has already started archer production in the north. Tato knows that's coming, so he's adding a barracks preemptively, so he could go for a stable or something. And also, Tato, one of the only players we've seen this tournament and recently actually add in demos.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the demos because the demos are really weak to Hulks, and right now it just dies.
It just died. Like
that was pathetic.
And they don't even do really any damage at the max range.
Like
that a Hulk's gonna hit it.
It can be good when the Hulks are patrol stacking forward and they all stack up onto one tile, but you're versus a pro player. He's never gonna let that happen.
I think it's unironically like good in mid Castle Age when you're paying attention to so many different areas, but early on like this against Leary, you're just never going to find that value, right?
Look at the timing difference with Tato.
It's really fast. It's a minute and 20 seconds faster.
Normally we see Leary always up to the next stage faster, but at the moment Leary's making archers, but he has no scouts to back up the archer. Like normally you're starting scouts your opponent, and you find where to hit with the units, but right now he's fighting blind.
I really like the fact that Tato sent some villagers over to that right side. He knows the pressure is going to come in here from Leary. He's going to have military here, but he also knows that Leary's missing the scout, like you said.
Yeah.
So he can sneak the villagers over there, and he can be safe, and he doesn't have to deal with those archers just kind of running around and picking away at his wood line.
And right now, Tato should be making a knight, and yeah, these 2 archers will be very, very useless at the moment. I wonder what Leary goes for. He hasn't really got wood to boom.
I think it's just ship upgrades.
Just fight for the water. And right now, like, Leary's fighting...
Leary's going across the island with the archers. What? Across the bridge onto the island with the archers. That's actually a decent play because you weren't going to get any value over on the other side with those.
Yeah.
And Tato definitely did not expect those units to be there as there's a big fight in the center here. Leary with the positive KD. He takes out quite a few ships there.
Look at the population. Like, all of a sudden, Tato was like miles ahead, but now he's losing the water. Now, like, you lose the water, and then Leary can just camp on the bridges, and every single time a Vil passes, you just hit them with the Hulk.
Yep.
Goes for the monastery,
Scout
quick
is
wall.
Still here. Tato knows that Leary wants to build something, and Leary stabs the scout, and then puts the monastery foundation down, adding to that quick wall, and then we see more houses coming in from Leary. Fantastic job from Leary. He's just able to drag himself out of these positions that would feel so uncomfortable for any other player.
Yeah, now Leary's going to go for CA. I think that's a good option because the Portuguese have the cheapest CA in Castle Age, even cheaper than Huns.
And what should Tato go for here? I mean, it seems weird that, he was having such a healthy population on water, never went for that upgrade.
Now he's
had the
300
timing
resources
advantage, and suddenly he's just sitting with 2 TCs and nothing else. And we said before that like Persians need to kill the Portuguese before the late game.
Yeah, with Persians, you kind of want to be pushing. So maybe like Knights and like a Siege Workshop forward in the Monastery. But right now, Tado's just going to go into the boom game. Liri's adding the second TC on the south. Like right now, those 6 fishing ships, not like really efficient, but they're still taking shorefish when the gold runs out. As we have a replay coming in.
Replay, this is the quick walls from Liri. And this is a very stressful situation because Tato's deliberately trying to block this, but the scout went back. I think that scout wasn't on stand ground, and that wasn't Tato manually clicking to attack the villager. That's
like normally you just want to stand on the foundation so Liri cannot make the building.
If that knight gets in there, it's very, very annoying for Liri. Speaking of a knight getting into the economy, that's 4 villagers dead on the oysters. Liri not noticing that. He's busy microing his cav archers at the front. Fishing ships now within range of that knight too, so lots of value coming in there for Tato as he's 3 TCs against Liri's 2. So he's expanding his villager count. It's 51 villagers for Liri, or for Tato to 33, yeah.
Wow.
33 is crazy.
I guess the fishing ships is inflating the numbers a lot. Like if you're Liri, maybe adding some fishing ships here with some fish traps on the center since you have control might be the right play, but...
This is very frustrating for Tato though. Those knights need to be over there. They need something over there to stop the cav archers.
As Tato snipes the monk.
The whole wood line is going to be idled. 1 monk down. Relic coming in now for Liri. More scouts on this side for Tato. Still no solution to these cav archers, and it's going to be an awkward one from Tato as he goes for scorpions to try and defend this wood line. There's just so much idle time on this side.
Yeah, so much idle time. And right now, I think Liri just wants the game to be a bit slower paced, right? Like he wants to slow it down, be raiding. He always wants to have the map control, because if you have the map control, you can kind of boom behind, and that's better for the late game for Portuguese.
3rd town center now going up for Liri. The Scorpions against cav archers from Liri feels like just a temporary measure, right? Like Liri's always going to be able to dodge those shots, but Tato just trying to expand his eco. Like you said before, he's playing the eco game, and he snipes 2 more monks from Liri. Yeah. Fantastic play from Tato.
I think it's the 4th monk he sniped this game.
And he converts the cav archer because Liri was busy.
Yeah, I think that cav archer also killed the other one, which was 1 HP.
Betrayal.
Honestly, I really like how Tato's playing. He's so active on the map. He's looking everywhere at the same time.
Yeah, I was kind of doubting the position when he didn't invest on the water. Maybe he knew that, you know, Liri was going to be focusing water. He could find some opportunities on the land. I mean, we look at the villager count right now. 65 villagers against 44. And Tato ahead on the eco upgrades as well. So really, really good spot for him. The only question going forward is, will he be able to find a solution for the mobility and the range of the cav archers? And will he be able to hold this villager lead into the Imperial Age?
And actually, Tato right now is investing back onto the water. He's actually added 5 hulks, and I think with the Persian docks,
they just live forever.
Yeah, hulks are really weak versus docks, and especially Persian docks, which have double the HP. So right now, Tato can mass up on water, and then on garrison everything all at the same time and win it back. Because when you're playing Persians, you want the middle because all the gold is there.
Yeah.
And then late game, you're going to play Savar, maybe CA, Hank and Aeneas.
Oh, man.
Monk goes
Brutal
down.
Situation over here, though, for Tato with these cav archers. Liri's micro and the mobility.
Liri has no bloodlines, though.
Scorpions to push this away. Siege Workshop behind to deal with the Scorpions. Tato now ejecting with the Hulks. The Persian docks stayed alive for so long. I would have loved to see Liri mix in some fires to potentially take those out. But I mean, he needed all his resources to invest into these pushes because at some point we saw he only had 33 bills, right? Like his eco was not very good at all. It's still not fantastic as he'll go for the first Mangonel to try and take out these 3 Scorpions pushing forward from Tato.
I'm also really surprised at the res collected. Like, Liri's been 20 vills behind the entire, like, you know, castle age, right? But the res collected is still only 1,000.
I mean, there was so much idle time on the right side for Tato, running away from the CA and everything. So I think that was your 20 villager advantage.
And also, Liri had his vills on berries, and with Portuguese, you get wood from the berries as well, so...
I like this solution over here from Tato. He places the TC there up on the hill. It's going to be tough for Liri to push that. Persian TC's also double HP in addition to the docks, so
such an amazing
you'll need like 4 Mangonels to realistically push that, and then there's a Siege Workshop behind from Tato. Bloodline's on the way for Tato. 31 on food for him. 34 on food somehow though for Liri. He's so consistent.
Yeah. Also, the setup on the right side for Tato is amazing, because right now, he could have made the TC right on the wood line, but he's making it a bit more in the middle so that the CA cannot run past them. That's a huge shot from Tato.
Yeah, nice shot. Good attack round there for Tato. Takes a couple Cav Archers out from Leary. Bloodlines is coming in. More Knights are in the queue for Tato. Lots of food in the bank for Leary, so maybe thinking about that Imperial Age transition. Maybe once he gets a castle up, he's got 350 stone as well.
Nice
so
shot
he
from
uses
Leary.
the market for that. Nice shot there from Leary. Tato can always retreat behind these TCs, but he'd love to be able to hold this position with that gold there and the stone.
Yeah, I think Leary's completely forgotten about Bloodlines, because he's trying to... Okay.
There, no. He didn't forget about Bloodlines. It's on the way in. Does tank a big shot with the Cav Archers, though. Tato still tries to push it back.
Another
Scorpion
Maginal
working
snipe.
away. Another Maginal snipe from Leary. Well done there, but it's double stable production for Tato. He has Bloodlines. He's got the first armor upgrade, and he's got Forging. So maybe building up a Knight army and then just going to swoop in, snipe all the siege, potentially, from Leary in one nice attack.
What do you think about the Heavy Plow option for Leary? He goes for Heavy Plow, but I'm thinking if he sells the stone, doesn't do Heavy Plow, gets a faster Imperial Age time, and then goes Bracer with Heavy CA. Actually, no, Portuguese don't get Heavy CA, so... Goes for the Scorpion Snipe. I mean, Leary's taking really good trades here.
I mean, I guess the question is, what is Imperial Age getting you here for the Portuguese, right? You can click Chemistry, you can
Chemistry,
start going to
Bracer.
Bomber Cannons, Bracer.
Goes for Pikes now.
Yeah, this is very strange. Like, Leary's massing the resources for Imperial Age, and then he just keeps spending them, like trickling them into eco upgrades or into the pikeman upgrade, right? He's kind of just waiting until he gets a castle, and then he's going to click up.
You know why I think he's doing this? I think Leary, in his mind, he's further behind than the score says, because we all know the score lies a lot, so in his mind, Tato's really far ahead. Uses the Mangonel.
He just walked right into that one, literally.
Yeah, so I think Leary's expecting Tato to hit Castle Age, sorry, Imperial Age anytime soon, so he wants to go Pikes and extended Castle Age.
I like this idea, though, from Tato. He's not going to fight the siege with the Knights. He's going to let the TC tank the damage, and he's going to go forward with his Knights. What is in the center there from Leary? It's just the Navy, right? But there's also some villagers, so Tato getting some more villager kills. The castle is forced to go up on the northern part of the map for Leary, I think in defense, because he saw those Knights coming across that center area. And he still can't push over here because of Persian TCs. Imperial Age is now on the way for Leary.
So now Tato has the stone for a castle. Where do you make this castle? You kind of have two options. It's either on the south or in the middle. You can control all of the gold in the center, or do you want to make it forward?
I think the middle is too risky.
You think?
Like,
yeah.
How are you going to get there? If Leary spots it once, all your villagers are dead. Speaking of villagers being dead, Tato coming in here for a good raid. He has +2 on the Knights, so he can tank some damage from this TC. Is also on the starting island from Leary. Leary paying attention here in the south, but not paying attention in the middle as Tato continues to kill villagers. He's got the castle on the right side, so you ask the question, where does it go? It goes up here right beside the town centers. He has 360 stone still in the bank, so that second castle isn't too far away for him either.
You know what I've realized with Tato? Whenever he's raiding with units, his units normally are hitting farms and buildings instead of villas a lot of the time. I'm not sure if that's like a stand ground issue
I think it's stand ground, and then he patrols, or he targets one villa, and then they just attack whatever is underneath them.
Exactly,
immediately.
Yeah. So right now, Tato's still not going up to him.
Oh my god, great house there from Leary. And he gets the conversion on the full HP Knight. That was insane.
I will say both players are playing so well here. Pulls back the Knights, Lycap goes to work on the Monks, gets 2 conversions. Yeah, only 2.
2 conversions, but you take out a couple monks. The Mangonel's going to go
also
down, though. Still no Imperial Age click from Tato. That's another thing that he does consistently. Like, he loves hanging out in Feudal Age or Castle Age.
Yeah, we always see Tato with extended Castle Age, but normally when you have extended Castle Age, you want the map control.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the map control, you can get trapped, and it's really rough to play from that position.
Yeah, I think he should really be prioritizing clicking up at the moment.
I
Clicking
agree.
up just gives you an opportunity to go for chemistry right away, get the Cavalier upgrade, get the armor upgrade, maybe get the warship upgrade and try and take back the water in the center, right? There's just so many opportunities. He finally does go up, but that's right after Leary gets there, and Leary immediately prioritizes Halberdier.
And also, Tato's making ranges. Is this for heavy CA?
No Bracer. Heavy CA with the Persians?
You don't have Brace Up, you have everything else. You have Thumb Ring, Paladin Tactics, Heavy CA. They are still viable.
It's for Commander and Crossbow. Into Portuguese. I mean, Leary won't expect it.
It's a weird one for sure. I'm watching it and I don't expect it.
It is a weird one for sure. Oh, Tato, another classic kind of blunder from Tato. The wheelbarrow coming in at 130 villagers.
Yeah, then again, Leary is missing Boso, so they're both lacking on the eco upgrades a little bit. Bracing now for Leary.
And we see the Cav Archers coming in from Leary. He's still trying to get damage. Tato's done a good job in damage control. He's stopped those Cav Archers from killing too many villagers this game. As we see the Cav Archers now pushing in and sniping some villagers on the gold. The Knights are coming in from behind. Tato's trying to take care of these once and for all, but Leary's just going to run away again. Leary now going for Chemistry, raiding in the north as well with the Halberdiers. So it's like 7 ranges in the south for Tato, and then there's like another 5 in the north, and Elite Skirm is now coming in. Ballistics is on the way, Handcart's on the way. It feels like Tato really doesn't know what he wants to do in this situation.
Yeah, also the position for Leary is amazing. Like, he's cutting off both sides of the bridges, which means Tato is playing in 3 different spots at the same time.
Yes.
Like, none of his army can connect. Like, with Tato's units, he wants to be together. But right now, he's just completely split up, and Leary's just sniping more and more vills.
It's kind of the downside of spreading out to both sides on this map, right? You get access to more resources, it's great, but then, like you said, you're playing in so many different positions.
That's true. Like, you can either like secure it with the castle next to the bridge, or you can just go on one side. Normally players opt to go both sides because the gold, it's quite low on this map. It's all in the middle, across the center.
Population is now almost even. It's 148 pop for Tato, 142 for Leary. I mean, Tato has had the economic lead for so long. Leary has just been trying to push him and not really finding success, but Leary, now that Tato's distracted in so many different areas, has been able to find some villager kills. Eco KD 35 to 25 now with some extra fishing ships going down. The archer ranges all aren't complete at the top here either. Tato trying to produce military in 2 different locations. He doesn't really have any clear map control at all. I mean, Leary's got the center and he's got the majority of both sides.
I know this is amazing, but Leary, he really made a lot of halbs and CA, which both get counted to skirms, and now he knows that, he goes for Cavalier. Like, what does Tato make versus Cavalier and Halberdiers?
I think you've got to find a way to raid Leary. You got to find a way to force all of his units back, and then maybe you think about taking water at that point, or getting a forward castle and establishing a position, maybe on that gold area in the center, right? But first, you have to get Leary out of your face.
Yeah.
You have to get Leary wandering back with slow units like Halberdiers into his base to defend the raids.
And right now, like, Leary's kind of getting cleaned up, but he's kind of achieved what he wanted. He's got the map control, he's teched into the next unit, but Tato is still on the skirmishes, right? He's still upgrading skirmishes to counter the CA, but Leary's not making no more CA. Boso finally comes in.
Finally on that hill for Leary. That secures him a gold. Secures him quite a bit of wood control over there, which we have seen does matter. Tato finally noticing the Knights in the back, but Leary, of course, has a Halberdier there to deal with that. Where does Tato's newest castle go? Does it go in the north?
I think he wants to make it in the north where the outpost is on the hill.
Very difficult, though. Commanderin on the way for Tato. So he's only going to be spending wood on these crossbows. Is crossbow really the play, though? Is that what you want against Portuguese? Probably not.
Probably not. I think heavy CA was the option, because that's the only thing that you can make that kills Cavalier, CA, and Halberdiers.
Like, Tato's queuing up Hulks at the moment without the upgrade. He's got 20 crossbows in the queue. He's got 140 villagers. Still hasn't made that second castle. I mean, it's very clear he doesn't know what to do.
I agree. Tato's like, right now he's kind of caught in between 3 different transitions. Does he play water? Does he play land? Does he play crossbow? He doesn't really know what to do at the moment.
And like 20 villagers are going to go down in the north here. So he'll keep queuing bills. He'll keep trying to expand his eco. He tries to go for a castle there, but the Cav Archers are still there. Like, that's just panic. That's just panic and confusion from Tato. Where is he even pushing? Where is he focusing right now? He's clearly not focusing on this castle. Maybe defending more villagers on this side, trying to clear up the halbs. Leary has done such a fantastic job to recover in this game after a really, really rough start for him. And Leary's got the position in the south. He's killing the villagers in the center. He's denying the castle in the north, and he's even trying to snipe these trebs from Tato, but Tato manages to save it.
And it's the same as game 1. Tado had the better opening, the better start, the better position, but then Liru just finds a way to come back into the game.
I just wonder where it all went wrong for Tato. Was it not prioritizing Navy? Was it just going into the boom? I don't know. It looks so good for him for so long.
It's really hard to point to just one big mistake. I think it was just lots of tiny, tiny mistakes that only Liru can find. I would say maybe like on the Navy, right? Because that's when the population evened up.
Yeah.
He lost his Navy and he lost the fishing chips.
Tato's still working away on this castle on the hill.
I mean, Tato has more population right now.
He does, but 45 of it is crossbows.
Commander and
without
crossbows.
bracers.
Yeah, that's not the greatest.
I don't know. That's almost half a population at this point. The Cavalier now coming in for Leary. He could just focus on the Treb, or he could work away on these crossbows. Plenty of gold available for him. Tato's still kind of threatening that middle area with all of that gold, but the gold is still available on the sides for Leary. He also has 5 relics that he's collected.
I just saw the 5 relics. That's crazy for Leary. And he's raiding on the north. There's so much flashing all over the minimap.
Tato's just, it feels to me like it's impossible to play from this situation for Tato.
A few minutes ago, he had like 3,000 to 4,000 res ahead. Now it's only like 800, 500, 400 hits. The way Leary comes back in this game, it's crazy. Because, you know, maybe old Leary resigns after that second build kill.
Yeah, maybe.
But now he's just fighting in the games.
Well, I mean, it must help that he has such a good record against Tato, right? Maybe he just feels comfortable.
Yeah.
Feels if the game goes on long enough, I'm going to incrementally like take better fights. His opening strategy, if it doesn't kill me, I'm going to survive and I'm going to grind out a victory.
Now the castle goes down for Tato, 153 pop to 168, and also Leary securing the north side. He has the middle control, the north, and the south. Tato right now has 0 gold. He has 2 on gold.
This is the most valuable part of Tato's army, and it's 34
GG gold.
without bracelet. Great job from Leary. He lost the villager to the lame. He lost the villager to the scout after it got damaged by the crocodile. And Lewis just points to the top of my head. That's all you can see. Little egghead in the caster booth over here.
I will say, I think both players are playing really well.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like a really high-level game we're watching. Tato's having the lead in both games, but Leary's just finding a way back.
Just feels bad for Tato, right? Like, he had such a good start, and then Leary managed to snowball it. I do have questions, though, like, why not upgrade your Navy? You had such an advantage on the timing, and then you just instantly go for a TC instead of, you know, continuing on with that play.
I think the thing is, when you've invested so hard onto the Navy, it feels like you should just get the upgrade. It's like 300 resources total. And then if you win the water, you have your fishing ships alive. You have the bridges that you are camping. Like, you just get so much value from those. Right now, where all the balls are placed on an unbuildable terrain. So if you're, like, pulling the balls in towards your town center and the scouts is blocking you, you can lose the Ville, just like last game.
Super unfortunate situation here for Tato. He still hasn't found a place to put his town center. Way faster for Leary. So Leary's going to start building that much sooner. I'd love to see the percentages on those if we could. Tato is waiting for that TC to go up before he can get the horse, and we're going to have Leary waiting for that TC to go up before he can get the extra villas.
If we look on the left side, you should see Leary having 3 vills. Wait, those 3 vills should have food. Yeah, they have 58 food, but he needs to make the mill. Yeah, so actually Leary kind of messed up a little bit here, because normally that mill's up for the second your TC's up, right? So then you have the 58 food, you don't need to do loom.
I mean, he'll get loom anyway, because there is a chance that Tato can come along with the horse and grief like a javelina pole or something like that. So it's probably more consistent to just get loom in this situation.
Yeah, but then again, the extra Ville is also nice, but yeah. I guess in this specific scenario, it's probably better.
Ooh, finds one of the capybara from Tato. Tato will realize, because that's right next to his TC, that he's lost that. He's bringing in a javelina. It's pretty rare that you see both of the players on the same little island.
Yeah,
it makes the games really interesting. What's your thought process if you're Tato here, playing Huns against Chinese, and you're on the same area?
I'm not sure.
No. It always happens. The horse is dead. Shot by Leary's town center. Tato runs right into that, and being Chinese, Leary could see that coming from a mile away, so he's fully prepared.
I don't even know what to say.
That's a disaster, dude.
That is
I mean, that's just kind of unlucky.
I don't know what to say. That's like literally your entire bonus is the horse. The reason you play Huns is because of the horse. And now that's just like such a demoralizing feeling, right? You're 2-0 down in the set.
Yeah.
You're playing Huns, you have a horse, 3 minutes into the game, you run into the opponent's TC.
Let's see if he gets this back on time. Looks like a couple good walls here for Tato.
Normally you would place the house
javelinas
on the board, right? Or the javelina, but with Huns you don't have houses.
Or just one palisade wall. You could also delay it.
I can't do that, so...
It's easy. I can teach you how.
Okay, sure. After this, we can have a look.
Always put it to the side. Anyone listening at home, don't put it in between you and the board. Put it to the side and then move diagonally. And it bumps around it.
Ah, I see. But I see some players, they place the palisade where the ball's about to run to.
No. You can do that as well, but that's only if it's like a certain amount.
Yeah, I see.
Distance, right?
So now, what's the play for both players? Do you think Leary goes fast feudal? Do you think Tato goes fast feudal? By the looks of it, Tato has a lot on food, which is maybe a fast feudal.
Tato is adding the barracks already. Now, that's one of his Dark Age buildings. So if he doesn't want to go for the lumber camp, he's going to need a second one anyway. And
he doesn't need the mining camp because the TC's on top of the gold.
Exactly. TC's on the wood, so he doesn't need the lumber camp right away. TC's on the gold, so he doesn't need the mining camp. He's got the mill in the north. So I think this might just be a second building, and then he goes up to feudal age. I would expect towers here from Tato.
Yeah, I think towers, and maybe even mana times. It could be a mana time angle for him.
Huns Men-at-Arms.
Why not?
Not something you see every day, but it's perfectly viable.
Perfectly viable. Let's have a look. Leary is going fast feudal as well. He'll be making the barracks soon. And like another thing is, do you make the TC right away on the gold and the wood, or do you wait a little bit for the perfect TC spot? Because Tato's TC was delayed, right? So
yeah,
do you think he was looking for the perfect TC spot?
Tato was looking for golden wood. Yeah, like the way his villagers were pathing, it was just super unfortunate for him. Nice job from Tato to get some extra value here on the javelina, get some hunt coming in now that the Rhea are exhausted from that side. Doesn't really want to take berries for the time being.
Because you can tell Tato practiced his current build, right? Because he really wanted the TC on the wood and the gold, so he can make the mana times, not make the mining camp. And now he also has no loom, right? Yeah, I feel like versus Chinese, you kind of have to skip loom, because if you do loom, you go behind another vill, right? So
it's just an additional 25 seconds behind. Tato's villagers are going to come in here, maybe thinking about sending them forward for that tower, but he actually brings them back. The town center line of sight for Leary is insane. So he will see these villagers coming in. Yeah, it's like a satellite. He sees the militia. He'll see the villagers coming in. There's no secrets here for Tato. He's just going to have to try and do damage immediately. And like you said before, after losing that horse, it's just such a demoralizing feeling. Tato's got to be in such a difficult position mentally right now.
Because right now, Leary just counter towers. The thing is, he doesn't even have to counter.
He doesn't even need the counter tower. The wood line's like, he's got another option on the right side. He's going to have archers to prevent the villagers from coming in. Tato really, really needs to do something this game to kind of get control of this set if he can. Villagers now coming out for Leary. He knows that the men-at-arms, soon-to-be men-at-arms, are on the right side. There's no military here to support, and he just sends the villagers out. Can Tato get the men-at-arms back in time?
I don't think Tato can actually fight back the vills, because then the TC can range the vills hitting Leary's vills.
Maybe not the one on the diagonal. I think the ones on the edges he can actually get.
Yeah, like this, for example. But then again, Leary can pull back and lure him into the town center.
Yeah. I like the fact that Tato's added in more men-at-arms. He wasn't willing to wait for the archers.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, I'm going to use this gold, I'm going to use the food that I have, and I've already got the upgrade for this unit, so I'm going to push him forward and save this tower. Leary's got to abandon that position now. Limited food available for Leary as well, as we see the archer range and the blacksmith now coming up for Tato.
He has got 3 vills on the left here, just taking the deer and the berries. And on the middle... Yeah, Tao's going for arson now. So mana time skirmisher, the same as game 1, but this time with Huns.
Oh, he didn't shift click the villagers back to the berries. Hopefully he'll notice that at some point. Still no wood upgrade for Tato. I don't even know if he has a lumber camp.
I don't think he has a lumber camp, no. You see the difference between Leary's and Tato's economy? Like, it feels like Leary's is just cleaner. Like all of... No, never mind. There's like 30 vills on the woodline.
Still cleaner than Tato's, though, as Tato works away on that archer range. I mean, that's just the benefit of being Chinese. You just have a better start.
Yeah.
More consistent start. You didn't get griefed by the horse at all because your TC took it out right away. Tato now with some skirmishers behind these men-at-arms. He does have arson, so that archer range will be going down. One villager is not enough to repair it. And all of Leary's focus is on this push over here from Tato. I wonder if at some point Tato can get back on stone and maybe try and get a tower up on the actual wood line that Leary is taking.
But then again, Leary still hasn't made a tower, so if Tato does go for a tower, he can always counter tower.
Yeah.
And also, there's another argument to actually make your range a little bit closer to the town center since you saw the militia, just so it doesn't give Tato something to hit. Because right now, Tato can just work away in the range. He actually decides to move to the right side.
Leary going out for some extra food. That could be
really
an opportunity
dangerous.
for Tato as well, as we see him taking food in the south, still taking food in the north.
Leary
Great spearman
wow.
from Leary.
That's just the game sense and the map sense.
Yeah.
He's played this map a lot of times. And we always see Tato taking map res, right? He did that on game 1. He sends like 3 to 4 to 5 vills out, takes the deer, takes the berries. Right now, Leary has more skirmishes than Tato.
Yeah, both of them have fletching. Leary's got the better numbers. The tower is working away for Tato behind this, so it is getting some damage.
That was actually a really good
He's
fight
killed
for
the
Tato.
house, and he has the opportunity to actually snipe that blacksmith too. So some serious value over on this side. Leary's got a very, very small base, and everywhere that the TC can't range is kind of open to the men-at-arms.
He may need to make a tower to save the blacksmith. He actually sends a vill behind the blacksmith to repair it. The confidence to do that?
Yeah, that's such a wild... There's only like 3 players in the world that do that.
Yeah.
It's like Hera, Leary, Viper.
Oh, okay.
And Lewis.
Yes.
4 players in the world. I can't forget the GOAT, I'm sorry. Nice house there from Leary. He saves the villager. He's still just defending with skirms. This has a very similar vibe to game 1.
It does. Tato with the mana times, Leary would just arrange it. But Tato's taking really great fights here. Good micro by him. Katie actually in favor for him. Look at the resources collected, though. 800 resources ahead for Leary.
And we look at the amount of food in the bank for Tato. I mean, it's like 33. He does have villagers on hunt, but Leary has escaped to the sides as well, taking food, berries, and hunt on the sides. So
Tato adding more mana times 6 now. What do you... If you're Tato, do you mind stone and go for more towers? Or do you just, like, have what you have, go to the faster castle age, and then play from there?
I think you just keep making feudal military. I mean, Leary's going to run out of this woodline pretty soon. I know he's got the skirmishers and everything, but they can only be in one place. If you keep making the men-at-arms and you go to the sides, if you keep making archers and you go to the sides, like, you will find villagers from Leary.
Because it feels like the first game, like, it's very similar to this, right? Because Tato went, like, all in feudal in theory, but then you kind of, like, stopped making units and went to castle age. If you carry on the all in feudal age, you can keep denying your opponent's resources and then, like, really limit him for what he can make. And right now, Leary loses the archers.
He's in, but the men-at-arms, it's not attacking the villager. It finally is. The blacksmith might go down. Leary really wanted to save that. This is some serious value here from Tato. As we look at his resources, suddenly looking better than Leary's.
That's true. But then again, Leary still has a stone, so he can sell that and then buy some food. Blacksmith goes down. Not a big problem. We can make a new one.
But, I mean, it's just pressure. It's just constant pressure coming in here from Tato. The men-at-arms with Arson. Tato now going for a market. Leary using the market. He sells his stone. So no more potential of a counter tower for him or a defensive tower at all, as we see Tato now completing the market. He's going to buy some food. Leary should be up to the castle age a little bit sooner.
It also feels like if Tato had a couple more units, like maybe like 3-4 more skirms, 1 or 2 more mana times, he could completely push Leary off the woods.
Well, I mean, what wood is going to be left there pretty soon, right?
Well, then where
this
do you
one's
go?
still denied by the tower. The other one's being chopped through. If Tato realizes that, this is an opportunity for that horse to have huge value. But the horse is dead, right? If Tato realizes that, he's going to have to start looking for where Leary's going to go.
Like, normally the horse is running around the outside of the map, looking at all the vills that have extended out. Like, Leary can make the lumber camp on the left side with those 3 vills. There's also a possibility for that.
Tato's finding a lot of value against these buildings from Leary. He's killed like 4 houses. He killed the blacksmith. He was damaging this archer range earlier too. Now there's a market and a range that he can hit, but the double skirmisher production from Leary is adding up. He's got 15 skirmishers against the 6 from Tato. I think it's time for Tato to stop taking these fights against the main army and maybe think about picking off the villagers on the sides. But as he does this, as Leary sees him out of position, Leary will come out with the villagers and take down this tower.
Yeah, I think Tato should have walled the tower in for sure. Because if you're leaving it with your army, it needs to be safe. And like, Leary just the confidence to move out and take the tower out, like to seize the opportunity, he's playing really good at the moment.
It's just some really good patience from him, right? And now Tato comes back in again with this military. He's never going to get value with the men-at-arms against the skirmishers. I think he needed to distract that army and then try and look for villagers
And right now, Leary splits up his 2 skirmisher groups, one to chase the Manatams, one to chase the Archers. What does Leary go for in Castle H? Elite Skirmisher and Monk, maybe?
Elite Skirm, Bodkin Arrow. Nice job from Tato. He's going to find a villager. It's only one, though. Still looking for some good fights. And that Skirmisher army is not big enough from Leary to actually stop this force from Tato. But at the end of the day, it's only Skirms. You asked me what he's going to go for. I think it's Elite Skirm, Bodkin, and then maybe mix in some like Fire Lancers or something. Maybe a second town center. On
you kind of forget about the Chinese Fire Lancers, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, you think of them with Koreans and Vietnamese, but then Chinese have them, Khitans have them, Georgians have them. So now we have Cav Armor for Tato. Leary's going to go for the CA. Okay, I like the CA approach.
Ooh, Tato coming back with the Men-at-Arms. This game has played out far better for Tato than I expected after he lost that horse.
Honestly, the second he lost the horse, I was like...
I thought it was over.
Yeah, for sure.
And he probably did too, but maybe, you know what, sometimes that helps you out, right? When you think the game's over and you're trying anyway, it just kind of frees you up, gets rid of some of the nerves. Leary, though, still coming in here with the Elite Skirms. It's a defensive tower there for Tato. He did snipe a few more units, and Cav Archers is the solution from Leary. But my problem with Leary right now is that he still doesn't really have a wood line. He's got the one that used to be ranged by the tower. He's got 3 stumps or 4 stumps over here. And if Tato even gets a Mangonel out to pressure that wood line, I mean, Leary's going into a wood-gold composition without access to wood.
Now, so look at the res collected. Like, earlier it was 1,000 difference. Now it's 400 difference. So Tato's catching up on res collected, and that's because Leary's Ville's just working inefficiently. They're walking so far for the wood, they're bumping into each other. He hasn't really got a wood line, right?
No. I mean, it's on the town center.
Tato hasn't got lumber camp yet, still no bid axe, just like game 1.
Hey, there it is. He does have a lumber camp. He's been working
go.
his way through these. Still no double bid axe, though. Is that like
2 games?
2 games, no double bid axe,
Yeah.
20+ minutes?
That's
I mean,
a lot of resources.
this one's a lot more understandable because it's a nomad start.
That's true. Normally you don't make the lumber camp on nomad start, but also has Tato got some vills on the south there where Leary's Cav Archers are? I think those are like 4 or 5 vills right in the south.
I don't know.
Vill lead for Leary. Look at the army lead. Huge army lead. Now you have the skirmishers that deal with Tato's skirms, which he lost them all.
And
you have
just
the CA
dive
just,
in. Yeah, double bid axe on the way for Tato. Huge developments here as they are villagers in the south. Leary doesn't notice those immediately, though, so Tato should be able to get back. 1 Scorpion and a Mangonel and 3 Knights. Doesn't feel like it's going to be enough against Leary's Cav Archers on this side, as he does manage to snipe a villager there. But where is the wood line for Leary? Has he migrated it to the south? He has. Okay.
That's a good woodland spot.
Finally has another option. Won't last very long, but it might last long enough for Leary to find maybe a prime TC spot on the edge, or maybe just even clear up this army from Tato.
Yeah, and right now Leary's making some rocket carts, which I think rocket carts are better versus mangonels, right? Because they don't all just shoot in one spot. They kind of like spread their shot out a bit. So right now Leary just... Maybe a counterattack for Leary is the play?
I mean, he was counterattacking a little bit with the Cav Archers.
Scorpions are grouping up.
He also has a Knight coming out from that stable on the side as we see the rocket cart coming in. Scorpions pulled away. Good job from Tato to push that rocket cart away. He's going for husbandry now. Needs to keep an eye on the outside. Leary goes out there for wood right now. That's an opportunity for Tato if he spots that. But once again, he doesn't have that horse patrolling around. He doesn't really have a lot of vision on those areas. So Leary's kind of getting away with it.
And Leary goes for the fight here. CA sniping the Mangonel. Mangonel will go down for Tato. I think the rocket cat might go for a big shot here.
Oh, good split from Tato. Fantastic split with the Scorpions from Tato. He avoids the shot again. Doesn't take any damage from that rocket cart. That was amazing for Tato.
And now all of Leary's Cav Archers are low HP. And he has no monks out to heal them. He goes for the monastery as we speak.
Tato, double stable production now on the Knights. He's got the armor. He's got bloodlines. There is potential here for him. Leary not that far ahead in res collect. He's only 500 res collected ahead. We expected him to be way, way further ahead than that, as Tato now adds the second town center of the game for him. The Knights are looping around. There is an exposed woodline that Leary can hit, but Leary now with the Cav Archers looking for those villagers again from Tato. I
think Tato sees that woodline in the north.
He sees the
Leary's
woodline.
rolling it in. Wow. I think he saw it with the mill. I think the mill spotted the Knights.
Leary's like, I haven't seen those Knights in a while. I'm going to wall this in. Is there a hole there?
No hole.
Looks like it's going to be fine. Great job from Leary to save the villagers. Good job from Tato to find that opportunity, but just a little bit too late, as now the Cav Archers might be pushing into the Mangonel, and we'll see this micro over here from Tato's point of view. He does lose the Mangonel super early here, but he gets that good initial shot, and we're back.
We're back. That was such an amazing split from Tato.
That was so sick. We might be able to see the split later.
Leary just kills his own Vil. Oh, with the Rocket Cart on the farm.
I didn't like him anyway.
Right now,
controlling TC now on that wood line from Leary. Villager count 58 to 53. I mean, it's pretty even.
It can snowball so hard. Whoever wins this siege trade will normally win the game, right? Tato goes for the attack round, just misses. Leary
gotta shoot if you're Tato.
gets the Mangonel.
Yeah,
well
you had to shoot there because Leary was just gonna clear you up anyway.
Another shot.
Awkward position.
Oh, wow.
Tato tries, but Leary dodges back. Now it's 3v1. Tato doesn't get anything from that. Leary will just repair. 2 Mangonels lost in a row from Tato. And Leary, of course, repairing this house behind, not letting the Knights in, not taking any damage at all. Full focus in the center area here for Leary, with the Cav Archers still behind. And guess what he's doing? He's healing up the Cav Archers.
Yeah, that's really well
Full
played by
value
Leary.
from Leary.
Loses the Rocket Cart. Tato's
Nice
Rocket
snipe there
Cart's
from
1
Tato.
HP.
He gets another one.
2.
Almost gets the
as well.
third. Still has to wait for another Mangonel to come out, though. Leary sitting at 61 villagers. Tato at 60. Most of the pressure is on Leary right now. Tato should be free to boom behind, but like you said, it's super snowbally, right? If Tato ever doesn't have siege being produced, or if Leary gets enough CA to feel comfortable pushing into Tato's base, he's going to kill a lot.
Yeah, I'm really surprised Leary isn't pushing more, because right now it feels like he has the superior army, but he's kind of just like sitting back at home, chasing raids as Tato gets another Rocket Cart snipe.
It's kind of been back and forth for these guys in terms of the Rocket Cart versus Mangonel trades. Ballistics now on the way for Leary. He's going to chase those Knights away. Eco KD, after all of this, is still only 2-2, or 3-3 for Leary, because he killed one of his own villagers.
And also Leary deleting the farm, because Tato keeps right-clicking the farm to kill the Rocket Cart. Because whenever you right-click a farm, you get extra range.
Gives you like an extra half
a
range.
tile, yeah.
Same thing with TCs. You click the middle, and it goes for the middle, and it extends your range just a tiny little bit. Blacksmith now being taken out from Tato.
Right now is on 3 town centers.
Yeah, 3rd town center going up. Mangonel's still trying to get some good damage. Ballistics is in now for Leary. He's getting husbandry as well. He's just upgrading this army, and like you said before, it feels like the best army. It is the best army on the field with the Cav Archers.
So the thing right now is Tato's adding TCs. If he survives for like a few minutes, he will like pull ahead in vills by a lot. But then again, he can easily get snowballed because he's not adding armies, because he's adding more villages, more economy upgrades to get in Town Watch now, which is a good upgrade in this map.
But at the same time, Leary's not really pushing, right? So he's giving him that opportunity to boom up behind. Wheelbarrow now on the way for Tato. 72 villagers for him. 72 villagers for Leary. We thought this game was going to snowball very, very hard for Leary early on when he killed the horse, and then later in Feudal Age when he had the Skirmisher army. But Tato's just hung in there. He's just been all over Leary's base. He's fighting for his life here in this tournament. If he loses this game, he's out. Leary trying to finish the set off, but the +2 armor is now on the way for the Knights from Tato. With 25 villagers on food, going into +2 Knights, there is an opportunity for Leary to just get raided to death. Or maybe surrounded with his Cav Archers.
Leary just needs to keep the Cav Archer number high. He might run in and try and snipe the Monk, goes for the splits.
Beautiful split, getting a little bit more aggressive now, losing a couple CA. That's a good fight for Tato.
Villager count evening up, and maybe we'll see Tato go into his unique unit, which is the Tarkans. Tarkans are countering all range units. Could be a really good option for him, since they have high PS armor.
Yeah, I think lack of stone is just the issue there, right? He's got the 2 stone piles there, but only 64 in the bank right now. You do need that castle before you can get the unique tech and start producing them from
Goes for a 1-for-1
stable.
trade here, which is really good.
1-for-1. He might be able to get a second one there. No, he gets the Cav Archer instead. Where are the Knights? That's the question.
Leary should dive this.
It's the one man at arms at the top there, but the Villager's going to take that out. The Knights are coming around to the south. They take up that Skirmisher army. I wasn't even aware that Leary still had his Skirmisher army. And now the Rocket Cart gets taken out as well.
Mangonel goes down.
It's not a comfortable position for Leary to push into, though, because there's 2 towers and a siege workshop. So I actually like the fact that Tato left with the knights, and now he's going to get in on that wood line. Leary, again, though, should be wondering, where are those knights? I haven't seen them in a very long time.
Leary needs to wall the wood line, because those knights can just run into the wood line, but then again, he can get
there's
trapped.
Not enough space in that TC. Yeah. There is not enough space. The knights are in. Tato's going to find a lot of damage, a lot of villager kills here for Tato. He was at 2-2 eco KD. It's going to be a ton more by the time this raid is done, and he can afford to reproduce more knights. It's 12-2 now for Tato as Leary's still pushing in from this side. Can Tato find value with this Mangonel? He takes out the monk. More villagers going down from Leary. That was a massive, massive raid from Tato. He killed 15 villagers.
But then again, I think that was actually better for Leary, because now Leary has a huge army lead. The score is like almost 1,000 lead now for Leary.
I don't know for how long, though. Tato was producing from 3 stables. He's got 3 stables up now.
Yeah.
He's got +2 knights, 8 of them on the field.
More conversions for Leary.
Leary, again, Leary with 41 on food. He's so consistent with it. And the resources are looking amazing for him to click up soon. Also, the stone coming in. If he gets a castle to lock down that center area, maybe lock down another gold, could be really, really devastating for Tato. Leary's still feeling like he can't push in on this side as Tato will take out the ram over on the right. How much gold does Leary actually have available?
I think he has a lot on the top side if he can expand to that side soon.
But he's just about to be out of his main patch there.
That's true.
And these knights have a lot of mobility, so if Leary doesn't expand out there and secure it soon,
30 gold left.
30 gold left.
He can sell his stone, which he does have a lot of, because all the stone's on the outside in this map. A few more raids for Leary. Stone mining upgrade for Tato. Imp now for Leary. Wow.
And this might be another instance where Tato just stays in Castle Age forever, right?
Leary goes Halberdier.
Ride or die in Castle Age. Fire Lancer.
Fire Lancer, true.
Yep. We've got Squires coming in, Armor coming in, Imperial Age on the way for Leary. Where does he put this castle? Does he put it in the north, probably near the gold?
I think he wants to put it on Tato's CC to remove the gold from Tato.
And you kind of like take control of all of this gold in the north, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's not putting it on the TC. Doesn't want to open up an opportunity for Tato to get back into this game. And
this could be really bad for Tato. He might lose 2 Mangonels here. He takes out a monk. The CA should take the Mangonels out. Goes for the monk. Mangonel goes down. Amazing walls from Leary.
Yeah, incredible house
Converts a knight as well. Crazy.
Tato doesn't even find a villager over here. Leary should be able to garrison, and the knights are coming in into the main base of Leary. But is there a ton of value here? That is the Imperial Age town center for Leary, but I don't think this castle is going to be up on time. I think this Mangonel might be sniped as well. Leary's trying to deny this castle. He's getting really, really aggressive with these cab archers. Tato's looking for the big shots. It's still a minute away from Imperial Age for Leary, but the castle's not going to be up on time to deny it.
And the balls from Leary just keep running in against the Mangonel when all your cab archers are low HP. Look how much more value he's getting. He's sniping so many villagers.
I mean, great job from Tato to keep that Mangonel alive for as
Rocket
long
Cart
as he
out
did.
from Leary.
Rocket Cart
Nice
comes out.
dodge from Tato.
Great dodge from Tato. Desperation times here for Tato as Bodkin Arrow comes in. He's going to start ranging the TC. If he has an inkling that that's the Imp TC, could maybe go for like petards or something to deny that, but it's only 12 seconds left.
I thought Leary was about to delete the TC because he was deleting all of the farms around the town center. Maybe a little misclick by him, but no. Imp now for Leary, and this is looking really good for him.
That would have been something I've never seen before.
This is where we use safe deletes.
Marauders is coming in for Tato. He's going to go into Tarkins. Like you said before, Tarkin's really good against range units. So far, he's only seen the cab archers, but the infantry upgrades are already in for Leary. He's thinking about the Fire Lancer. He might be thinking about Pikeman or Halberdier at some point, and that could effectively counter the Tarkins. However, the Tarkins have mobility, and those units are very slow.
That's true. Leary's now going for more barracks, more town centers. These town centers are not to make vills, they're more to protect the resources. Yeah.
And
right
denying
now,
the gold from Tato as well.
Tato's going into Cav Archers. So Cav Archer plus Tarkin for Tato. Goes for another TC Leary.
Full Castle Age play.
6 TCs for Leary. 7 TCs for Leary.
7 TCs for Leary. Tarkins don't really care about TC fire. They can kind of eat that.
It's more to just garrison the vills so you don't lose them to the Tarkins, but...
I just wonder about the CA combination with this. I guess it's to take out the Fire Lancers for Tato, but it is also going to force him to kind of fight in one position, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I think his kind of win condition in this game is just raiding everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Forcing Leary to react.
But now the population is actually better for Tato, believe it or not. Tarkin's coming out, Ram's coming out. I think Leary's kind of just, he's not really using his CA. Like, he's got the input grades, but he's just sat in the back of his base with
He
them.
hasn't been all game. Like, he's just been sitting. If we had a heat map for these CA, it would just be a circle in the middle of the map.
I agree.
He hasn't really been running around with them. Maybe he's just confident in his late game comp going into Fire Lancers here. He will have to be really, really careful with his trebuchets, I think, as finally Cav Archer comes in on this side. Tato will notice that. Another barracks coming up there from Leary, so he's trying to get Fire Lancers over to raid the wood line from Tato. But like I was saying, he's going to have to be super careful with his trebuchets, because those Tarkins can just run in and snipe.
Run in and snipe them, which is why he's got the Fire Lancers to protect them. So the Fire Lancers should stay on top of the trebuchets, and he shouldn't be losing them. But I think he needs to be more active with the CA.
Yeah.
Like, when you get the input grades, you have such a huge advantage over your opponent with the extra damage. I think he needs to be more active with his units.
Tarkins are eating the buildings.
Now he starts moving out. Elite Fire Lancer coming in.
Oof. Elite Fire Lancer for Leary.
Skull's
Cav
getting
Archers
close.
still on the field for Tato and Leary. It's a ramp push for Tato. So Tato is going to go after that castle. He also has the Tarkins to do a ton of damage to the building as well. As the Cav Archers are finally getting activated, they're not in the right position though. Maybe we were wrong. Maybe you should have kept them defensively, as Leary will come forward and try and save this castle. That castle is going to go down quite quickly though, with 2 Rams and all these Tarkins attacking.
But at the same time, Leary can be killing a lot of Tato's economy. And the Fire Lancers are going to be so good. Yeah, the castle, Tato has to back up.
Crazy.
Rams going down. Yeah, this is such a good fight for Leary.
Crazy
Castle will
push
live.
there from Tato. It feels like it was so close for that castle going down, but Leary got the Fire Lancers there just in time. Leary also raiding in the south. He's got units all over the economy from Tato, and Fire Lancers are very, very difficult for Tato to deal with. He has 16 Cav Archers. But remember, Tato is still in the castle age. Population is 172 to 158 now for Tato as he comes back to deal with the CA.
The score just exploded for Leary after that fight.
Yeah. And the
8 on
mini-map.
food for Tato. Yeah, this is looking
the
really
mini-map
rough.
is wild, right?
Yeah.
Tato doesn't have a single safe space in his economy right now.
You don't really have a unit to deal with the Elite Fire Lancers. Like, the CA is the best option, but then again, Leary just has better CA than you at the moment.
I mean, Leary's got better everything than you at the moment because he's in Imperial Age, and you're stuck in the Castle Age.
Tato goes
Suddenly
for a few
can't make
raids,
Tarkins either because you have 14 on food. He's raiding you everywhere.
With all this chaos, Tato still wants to bring the Relic home.
As he should. He should be trying to get any advantage he can in this situation, because as far as I can tell, he's pretty far behind at the moment.
Time watch now for Leary. Whenever you see a player getting time watch roll, that's like an anti-throw method, right?
Yeah.
You know you're so far ahead, you just want to see the entire map, make outposts, and not throw the game. But this is looking like a very, very good position for Leary.
I mean, Tato still has gold supply. He's running out, though. Leary's got all of that gold at the top.
The issue is
Leary's still pushing with Fire Lancers. It feels like just Leary could just spam Fire Lancers and win.
Yeah, his vills aren't working, right? Like, Tato's vills are all just garrisoned inside the town center. It's looking really rough for him.
Yeah, this is almost like a turn your brain off and just
patrol in, castle forward. GG cold from Tato by the looks of it. He rubs his nose, but he played very well this game.
Dang. Tato, I think after losing the horse, deserves a lot of credit for what he did there. Leary obviously deserves all the credit in the world for the 3 games that he won. I mean, he was potentially behind in all 3, but came back against Tato.
Yeah.
Tato had some really aggressive strategies. Leary managed it extremely well. The micro was still there. The crowd's cheering for Tato.
Dave Bolt's head still there as well. Like to see it.
Resident Egghead, I believe they're calling me, as we have our first winner of the knockout stage here at Brazilian Dynasty. KD in favor of Leary, as you would expect. We go over to the economy tab, and we're going to see that in favor of Leary. He just took the advantage with the Chinese, and he rolled with it. It was so even for most of the game, though.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, like this, Leary beat an informed Tato. Tato was playing very, very good. Very few small mistakes, but that's all you need to make versus a player like Leary.
Yeah, and it was mostly like macro mistakes for
I
Tato.
agree.
He just didn't have the eco behind, but as we said before, I mean, Leary's just so good with everything. All of the fundamentals are there. The micro's there as well, and that's such a devastating combination. Leary, our previous S-tier winner, maybe a serious contender to win this one as well. After
it's either Leary or Hera, maybe even Sebastian. Sebastian's playing very well at the moment.
I thought coming into the tournament, I actually thought there was a really strong chance for some guy, Lewis. but unfortunately he couldn't make it to the knockout stage. So that's not. Hi, Miguel. Sometimes it feels like the tournament is
I'm going to go
the second priority for some of the people here. Miguel, the people's champ. Congratulations, though, to Leary. Fantastic showing from him. That's exactly what we would expect from him. And we actually have Masmora up on the stage to summarize this set. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Stay tuned. We have 3 more sets today. They're going to be excellent.
And in the first series of the quarterfinals, Leary quickly dispatches of Tato, 3-0 Leary. This is now the first time you actually beat Tato in this year. Is there something about his playstyle that you just feel very comfortable playing against?
I wouldn't say comfortable. He always comes up with some tricky stuff, and if you don't react perfectly, you just fall behind and it just ends there. I think I was behind in certain spots, but I managed to squeeze it back somehow. But it's always tricky because you never know what's coming, right? He can play anything. That's the dangerous part.
And I mean, it was 3-0, but some of the games were kind of tricky for you. I mean, you lose a villager in one of the games, in the other one you're kind of behind initially. So were you a little bit scared at some point in those games, or always felt in control of the whole thing?
It felt a bit awkward the first game. Every game, actually. I feel like every game I had a rough start, at least Dark Age, which usually isn't the case. I felt like I was behind like 2-3 vills, maybe a scout, whatever I lost in Dark Age. So it was always a bit tricky. I always played from the back foot, but yeah, somehow I managed to squeeze back.
All right, so let's go for the replays. The game number 1 was Tepui, Jordan's versus Japanese part.
Yeah, that's a bit of a repeat of the games you played against him in the group stage, right? Because you guys also played that map and Pantanal. This time the assists were different, though, for Tepui at least. How do you feel about Georgians against Japanese? I mean, Japanese are such an aggressive Sith. Do you feel like you had to take an approach to make sure you don't die early, or what were you thinking going into the game?
Yeah, I thought he would go Japanese because I had Bulgarians. I kind of snatched it away from him. Not sure if he wanted to pick it, but I kind of picked it early because I was kind of afraid of that, what he did to me in the group stage. So I picked Bulgarians, then he would go Japanese, the counter to Bulgarians, more or less, because they have better man-at-arms. So I just had to survive the early stage. Kind of rough, because I didn't find any damage with my 2 militias. And then I was like, what the hell did I make those for? And then suddenly he's at my door with man-at-arms and towers. So even that game, I thought it was looking rough at early field edge. So.
Yeah, that was the classic 2 militia grief at the beginning.
Yeah, 2 militia into nothing.
It sounds like such a good idea when you think about it, but then when you're executing, it's like, man, these guys are doing nothing.
Yeah, basically.
But then you go to Castle Age and you drop a church. Now you're feeling good, right? Once you get one church in the middle of the map, it feels like Georgians just, how do you lose? It's such a good position with them.
Yeah, it's also why I picked Georgians pretty early. I thought church in the middle, how to lose. You have everything. You have eco bonus, you have monks, you have something to garrison, you have map control, it does everything. So
smooth. And you even have better late game than Japanese as the game goes on, right?
Yeah.
So you were feeling very comfortable there. Going into game 2, what did you have any thoughts about the Civ matchups or any hesitation maybe? Because Portuguese against Persians, I think going late into the game, Persians usually they can overpower Portuguese, and you even fell behind in villager numbers quite a bit at some point. I think like 15 villas mid Castle Age or so, but you managed to get to him faster and raid him a bunch.
Yeah, I think Persian's probably better there, especially if the start he had. Down 2 units, the scout and the villager.
Yeah, can I have a question about that, Larry?
Sure,
because it's like the second time we've seen players lose a villager in the exact same spot. And obviously you cannot quick wall a villager while they're on the bridge. There's something you can do against it, have your scout close by. Did you see ACCM killing a villager against Manchester in the exact same position?
Just,
oh, well, there you go.
I guess just roll the dice. It was a 50-50, right? And which side I go, which side he goes. So just get lucky for it. But yeah, good play by him. Didn't really expect it. Still kind of unfortunate after I saw what he did, because obviously I'm luring deer, he's not, so I should be ahead.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get the 50-50, then I feel good. I lost my scout as well, so everything went to shit really fast.
With so much going wrong into the game, he didn't upgrade his warships on water, so he basically just gave you water, and he killed a few vills. So were you feeling some kind of pressure about falling too behind in economy, or were you just like still comfortable because you felt like your economy was good as well?
I felt somewhat comfortable. I had water control, so it makes the game easier for me to play. I knew I was like behind 10, 15, 20 vills, because obviously he had TCs, his Persians, I lost some vills, etc. I idled a bit to get some army control, so I knew I had to do some sort of damage. But yeah, either way, I think if I didn't get as much value with my CA, the game would have been really rough.
Yeah, I think the CA probably put you back into the game, got so many kills, and allowed you to just get into halves. By the time he was trying to counter the CA with skirmishers, you were already making a switch to something else. So you were just... Those CA, I think, allowed you to get one step ahead of him, even though you fell behind initially.
Yeah, and then the workshop push, it all came together, because he doesn't really have units to counter that, so worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay, then in game number 3, that's Pantanal Chinese versus Hans. Tato begins the game by losing his scout. And it's a pretty rough situation, I think, because with Chinese, you have so much line of sight. And with a scout, you have, or with a horse, you have so little vision. So you saw it from a mile away coming, right?
Yeah, he pulled a Leary, honestly. Like, first game, I'm up a unit in Dark Age. Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank God. The game was close enough without the horse, so I can just imagine what would have happened if he had it.
That's the third time you face Hans on that map against Tato. You played Wei, Tatars, and now Chinese against them. All very good saves on this map, obviously. But do you feel like maybe he was overrating Hans a little bit, or do you think they are really good, but it's still beatable?
Portuguese for these settings?
I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, he must think that they're still really good. Otherwise, he would pick something else. Obviously, I had Chinese first pick, so, you know, it's like a bit of a gamble. I had a better save. On paper, at least, because I first picked it. Hans feel pretty smooth, especially in the game we just played. I think if I went FC there, I probably would have died from my arms. So he did the right strat. He probably thought I was going FC again, like the last 2 times. Obviously, him losing the horse kind of set him down, so it's hard to judge the matchup.
Yeah,
but I think it's close either way.
A bit of the idea is that you get all the extra sheep or capybara or whatever,
Basically,
that you can't do it when you lose the,
exactly.
the horse.
Sheep forever.
Okay, well, I think that was very nice game by you. You
But at
managed
least
to hold.
we
I think you
can
even got
adjust a
past the
little bit,
stage
that's
where
good.
Hans are just better than Chinese because he evened up the build count. He managed to get double B-task because he forgot about that in the whole opening. So he managed to stabilize and get to
That is
Hans
loud.
CA plus Knights, which is usually where you want to be.
don't
But
know
by
if
then
I
you
can
were
change
already in
that.
Imp, and you were taken into superior units like Fire Lancers.
Very loud. Yeah, Cal, if you
How
can
are you
hear us,
feeling
can I
going into the next
adjust the
stage?
sound of the music right now?
into
Because it is super loud.
semifinals.
So far so good. Obviously, having the first set of the day can be a double-edged sword because you play the first
let's see if
set, you
we
wake
have
up
the
early,
drafts.
all the nerves, some delays, etc. So if you lose, it's like nothing else to do the whole day except watch the tournament. But if you win, you can rest the whole set and your future opponent. So feeling good right now. I like the stage. It's pretty smooth.
Yeah, it looks nice for sure. So Sebastian and Yo is going to be the next series. Who would you rather face tomorrow?
Yeah.
I think easier on paper will be Yo. But Yo always finds a way to make it far in these tournaments where he barely got through, like went through the back door or something, like 1-2 games out of 9 or something. It's crazy. But he gets stronger as the tournament goes on. We've seen it in the past, reaching semifinals, finals, etc. So it will be an exciting match between him and Sebastian.
All right, Leary, really appreciate your thoughts. And we're now going to throw it into a short break. When we're back, we're going to have Sebastian versus Mr. Yo. Don't you guys go anywhere.